Today I'm going to show you everything you need to know about how to get to an 800 FICO with what I call the perfect credit formula. So no matter where you currently stand, I'm going to teach you some tips on how to leverage, maximize, and maintain your credit. My name is Anthony Benacchi, and my company is Approved Credit Score. Let me ask you, can we all agree that credit is a powerful tool? The problem is that there's so many different opinions and variables out there on how credit works. They don't teach this kind of stuff in school. You either learn from your friends or your family or from bogus websites, and we all know there's different opinions out there. Or either by getting denied when you apply for a loan. See, I wish I had a credit coach back then, and I personally know how it feels to lose everything. And it's not something that we typically like to share with our peers, but if you can learn from the mistakes that I made, then you don't have to go through the same hardship. Now, I knew when my credit was shot and my accounts were depleted that there was something that I had to do about it. And luckily, I met somebody who was able to help me, which gave me a second chance. Now, properly educated me on how to maintain and different credit strategies to really get myself out of this mess. But we all know that mistakes in life happens. So by sitting around and not taking action, it's one of the worst things that you can do. That being said, people always ask me all the time, how do I raise my credit score? How do I obtain different limits on my loans? And I have all these errors on my credit and I don't know what to do and how to fix them. So I wanted to create this video to really lay out the foundation. So what is a good credit score? A FICO score ranges anywhere from 350 to 850, where 620 and below, you need some improvement. 660 is good, 740 is great, and at 800, they're begging you to take their money. Well, banks want to know if they lend you money, if you're going to be able to pay them back. So by understanding these 5 factors, you're going to be able to get to an 800 FICO. So there's 4 different types of accounts, what we call them trade lines. You have a mortgage loan, an auto loan, an installment loan, and then credit card revolving accounts. Now the age for how long you've had these accounts for makes a huge difference. Longer establishment, the higher your score goes up. Now if let's just say you had an account for 5 years, versus an account for 1. Your scores are going to go up higher if you have that account in existence for 5 years. Next element is your credit utilization. So, for example, if you have an account for a credit card account for $10,000 in a limit and $3,000 in a balance, and you're using 30%. Once you go above 30%, it starts to affect you negatively. At the same time, if I recently had a client who had a $14,000 credit limit, and the bank gave him a check to be able to cash it in. When he cashed it with all the finance charges, it was at 101% utilization. His score dropped over 100 points. Next following month he paid it off, score went back up. Now, it's okay to carry a balance on your credit card, and we all like to take advantage of the 0% 12-month promos. But note that when you want to apply for a new account or new inquiry, to pay those balances down, because then your scores are going to go up. Next part is your payment history. So no lates, no collections, taxing, judgments, etc. Because these accounts stay on for over 7 to 10 years. Rule of thumb that I like to teach my clients is that to put all your bills on auto pay. If you go on vacation one month and you forget to pay a credit card, for example, that account's going to stay on for 7 years with a 30-day late. Next and last part is your inquiry. So there's 2 different types. You have soft inquiries and you have hard inquiries. Soft inquiries is like if you apply for Credit Karma, check your credit, not going to affect you. Hard inquiries is when you're applying for loans. Rule of thumb, 6 inquiries per 6 months. So you want to be able to space them out. For an example, if you went out and you applied for 10 or 15 different accounts all in a very short period of time, you could actually be denied credit even if you have an 800 FICO. So use those accounts wisely, right? When my clients work with us, we create personalized plans and we check the perfect credit formula to see where the perfect credit formula is and where you're at. And that's the roadmap that we need to follow on how to be able to help you and guide you to the point. So here at Approved Credit Score, as you can tell, education is huge. I love to mentor and I love to coach, so you don't have to make the same mistakes that I made when I was younger. So please, by all means, give me a call, email me, text me, and ask me anything you like so I can help you and guide you at that right moment. what I like to say is the best medicine is preventative medicine. So you can label us more like compliance officers, where we make every creditor go through an extensive compliance checklist and file legal complaints with all the major regulatory authorities, like Attorney General, the Better Business Bureau, the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. The CFPB is like the FBI for consumers. They're a federal agency that governs all the banks and the lenders out there. So we want to make sure that all the errors listed on your report are 100% true and correct, but we utilize these agencies to be able to make sure and put pressure on these creditors. But it's not just about removing X, Y, and Z from your report. So if you've had bad credit, for example, for the last 5 years, you haven't been able to reestablish credit. And so if you have a 500 FICO, what do you do? How do you rebuild your credit? And so there's a proven method that we've developed on how to be able to get your scores from a 500 or 700 all within just a few weeks. Or if you have a 700 FICO score, what do you do to be able to get higher limits? These are all different variables that we've been able to accomplish and help you and achieve those. And if you need funding, we can also help you in that area also. So from personal and business funding up to $50,000 to $500,000, we're able to help you achieve that, and it's really based upon your credit with the strategy that we've implemented. So this is very much a high level for what we do when we create your personalized plan. Not every single person is ever the same. But the best part is that we've been able to accomplish this all within 2 to 8 weeks from all the services that we were able to offer. You guys, by all means, my name is Anthony Vanaki, and give us a call anytime at 1-800-409-9505, or check us out on the website, approvedcreditscore.com. Guys, have a wonderful day. Take care.